Taking this out, bomb. My first time using this today, bomb. One of my favorite lenses, one of my favorite, yeah, bomb. Look at how hidden this lens is, look at how hidden the bomb. Hello! So, as you saw in the beginning of the video, I was holding 3 rolls of film, and I'm going to be going out and just documenting, I guess, what I am going to be shooting today. I'm going to walk a couple of miles, about a half mile up from my house, and walk around this area and hopefully find some interesting stuff. I'm going to be shooting panoramic on the HorizonT, and the Olympus OM1. That's all I'm bringing with me. So I have 1 roll of color and 2 rolls of black and white. One is just a bulk roll that I loaded myself that I put stickers on, and I think it's Kodak Tri-X in there, 400, and then the other roll is one of Film Photography Project's Frankenstein rolls. So I'm really excited to go out and see what I see and let you see what I see, and hopefully some fun stuff comes of it. Yep, so look out. One of my favorite houses in Spokane. Something out of an Andrew Wyeth painting or something. Claudine and Laureen's house. It's a road. And we have houses like this that are gigantuous. And I wonder who lives in a house like this. Very big, luxurious. Alright. Okay, so I have never really done this before, and I'm on a pretty shady road here. Shady in the sense of the light, it's not the greatest. But I am walking up to Upper Lincoln Park, like the band. And it's slippery, and luckily not too cold out. And I'm excited. I'm gonna go to a bookstore, I'm gonna take some photos, and yeah, just keep on with it. And I'll share the photos at the end of this video. Maybe throughout too, but probably just at the end. But yeah, it's really beautiful right now out here. As you can see, all the leaves are changing. I'm not really a big snow person, but I like fall when I can go out in it and not get super soaked, or you know, super cold. But anyways, it's really nice out, and I'll see you in a little bit. Woo! Okay, so I made it to the top, and I'm walking through here now, and there's people walking dogs on the trail and stuff, but I decided to kind of just wander about out in here, and I'm gonna make it to the main road and then walk towards the more residential area. But this area is super beautiful, and we have a lot of areas like this all over Spokane. There's just basalt everywhere. It's amazing. Hello everybody, and thanks for stopping by. This video is about the Olympus OM1 and my new HorizonT. Yep, I was out yesterday shooting both of these, and a thing happened where when I got home, I tried to finish up the roll in the OM1, and I went out 2 days about a week ago and made some photos on here. I was very much certain that I had loaded this up with a bulk roll of black and white, and when I got home there was a few frames left, so I set up some still lifes, I made the rest of the photos, and then I went to rewind it, and because the frame counter had gotten to E, so I was like, oh wow, this was a very long roll. I must have just not been paying attention, because usually I bulk load 15 to 20, 21 frames, because I like short rolls. And I went to rewind it, there was no tension. I opened up the back, there was no film in here. So that is 3 days of shooting about and not having anything to show for it, which I was surprisingly not that bummed, because yesterday was beautiful and I was just happy to be out walking around. There were some photos from a week ago that I took that I thought would have been very nice to see, but they're up here, and I'll hope to come across more interesting things. I will come across more interesting things, because it's the world and there's so much interesting stuff out there. So no photos will be shared from the Olympus OM1, but for the HorizonT, I did have complications when I got home after making some pictures outside. I did some self-portraits on a tripod at home, and just to see how those would turn out. And I went to rewind it when I got to the end, and I was rewinding it, and it was fine, and then all of a sudden I heard this pop and sort of like a crackling sound. And I didn't know if that was the film coming to the end and moving its way out of the last bar, under the last bar, and like smacking the half dome that's inside. And so I kept trying to rewind it just to see if anything would happen, and then I was like, maybe it is fully rewound into the canister, which I generally try not to do, but I would have been fine doing that. So I went to check and I opened it up, and there was plenty of film still in there just waiting to be exposed. So I exposed the film that I'd been out shooting, and I quickly closed it, ran in my room and got the dark bag, put it in there very carefully, got it out, and then I loaded it into the developing reel, and then went into the kitchen, developed it, and there's a lot of light leaks, as expected, and I'll share those images really shortly, but I'm surprisingly not bummed about it. The self-portraits are pretty underexposed, and I guess that's to be expected. I didn't really do any lighting or anything. I just have we have a standing lamp in the corner, and I turned on the dining room chandelier that we got from down the street from this house. Beautiful. And yeah, I am surprised that I even showed up in the images, to be honest, but I put this on a tripod and it worked out. They're a little bit dark, as I said, you'll see, and there's a lot of stuff going on with light leaks, but I think, honestly, that the light leak problem with these cameras, and lots of Russian cameras or cheaper cameras, I think this camera is beautifully made. I don't know if this camera actually has it, because I did some of the photos from earlier in the roll. They don't really have what I noticed anyways as light leaks, maybe along the edges, but I'm not sure. There's no like real white obstructions or anything in the photos, so I'm pretty excited with how some of them turned out. And this is a test roll, so there's nothing like amazing on the roll, but it was fun, definitely fun to shoot. And we just went out and went to a thrift store to see, my girlfriend and I, to see if we can get any more like last minute Halloween decorations for our house, and I had a roll of Fuji C200 in here that I'm excited to develop, and it's not done yet. I only made a few photos, but yeah, it is a really, really great camera, and I would suggest getting them. I don't know if they'll ever go up in price because people have a weird bias against Russian cameras for some reason. But it is a very great tool. Yeah, pick one up if you can before they are up there with the wide lux and the whatever other, never the Hasselblad X-Band. But yeah, this is a great camera, and I'll share some images now. So my final thoughts on using this camera are that it is amazing, and all the things that I read about it or heard about it on forums or on videos about it not being reliable and having a lot of issues so far have not been true, which is really great. I think I mentioned it earlier, but I plan on opening this up and changing out the light seals eventually, but I think it's good for now. And I'm not super against having any light leaks in the camera or on the film or whatever. I will see how they end up looking though, but it would be really fun to use this and have a little more movement in the photos, and not just do landscapes like you saw, or whatever. So I hope to take some pictures of people in the future, and I don't know how they'll look, but I don't think I can really do what Jeff Bridges or other people do with panoramic cameras and like the wide looks and stuff, because I don't think that this has that capability. It swings a bit too quickly, even on the slowest setting. It's always the same. So yeah, it'd be cool if it could really, really slowly pan, but it doesn't. And other than that, it is brilliant, and I recommend this camera, and I would, yeah, get them if you see them, if you come across them. Okay, well, hopefully you enjoyed those images, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. I threw together a bunch of little snippets of things, and hopefully they flowed pretty smoothly. I'm gonna make another video soon about books I have that have been published by great photographers, and one of them is a big book of Polaroids, so it'll just be all Polaroid books for Polaroid Week, so look out. I'll post that and talk about it more on my Instagram, and I'll link that below. And again, thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye!